Hi, this is Kathy Vick, Deeply Awake, and I'm going to be channeling pretty full on, but I want to tell you something. I was going to set my intention before the camera rolled, and was urged to do so on camera so that you can see how I pray to my God. Mein Gott. How do I pray to mein Gott? Well, I tell you. So, dear sweet, 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 beloved Creator, in all manifestations that it takes. Oh, you are so pretty. And so I know you have so much wisdom and love for me. And what I would like very much to know is this term, agreement field. Well, I toss it around a lot because the teachers did, and they taught me about it. But I don't know if I understand it as fully as I need to, especially if I'm going to use this as some sort of and it's important to be able to articulate what it is that I'm talking about. And my understanding is not as good as I wish it could be, as voluminous, as clear. So I want them to come through and give us some ancient knowledge about this idea, because I think that it is very beautiful. It always satisfied me a little bit more than talking about probability fields, probable selves, and oh my God, I'm having that experience again. So I'm going to let them just come through. Whew. Holy Toledo. No wonder they wanted me to capture this. Alright, so agreement fields are an important aspect of not only management of the realities, but also creation of them, or we would say appreciation. It is not so much about creation, it is not so much about manifestation, it is about acknowledgement of what is there, okay? Many, many things ride with each other. How else could this place be so multidimensional? We have said repeatedly, as have others, this is actually a quantum place, except it's hidden. Within linear time, it's hidden. There is much that is hidden. And this is what we wanted to say to all the people who listen. And here, she and I both say, oh, well, there's things that we won't tell you. Blame me. Well, that's not very nice, is it? It's quite exclusionary, and it may leave a bad taste in your mouth. And so this is why we talk about the agreement field today. We must set the tone for the teaching. It's very important. Everyone is coming along understanding a few basic things, okay? So the great Master Krayan talked about it already, and it is about as pure a teaching as there has been on this planet since the time of Lemuria. And it is this. We are talking about the consciousness of physics and the physics of consciousness. They are not reflections of one another, dears. The time of reflectivity is over. It is the time of integration and understanding, nuance, subtlety. These things come to hearts that are open, minds that are pliable, and eyes that are actually quite connected to something a little bit bigger than, I wonder what kind of house I'm going to live in next. It's far bigger than that, my loves. So we get everything going, and we help so nicely and gently, and we love you so much. And if your vision is not there, and if you feel intuitively stuck, well, you know what? Well, we want you to look at this face. This is the point. This is what we told her when she was in her 30s. Oh, great one, how is it that I can be so broken and you still are so nice to me? How will I ever find the attainment of all of this lovely, beautiful things and then come to embody it, being as broken as I am? Because I sure like the whiskey, and I like the women, and I like the men, and I also like many things that people say are bad. And I don't know, what do I do? Why am I here? And we said, oh dear one, you are here so that you can experience all of that down deep. And we could not tell her this. You will experience the very depths of loneliness, dear. You will understand in your DNA the dark night of the soul. You, my dear, will walk through the valley of the shadow a lot. There was a reason why that pastor gave that message to you. It was for you, dear. He was very clear, was he not? We believe it was on an Easter, and we have always used Easters as high holy days for spiritual information for this one, for quite obvious reasons. So, the pastor was moved to say, now listen here, everyone listening to my voice, I want to say, the valley of the shadow of death holds the answer itself. It is a valley, it is a physical place. Yes, a valley is a valley. There are mountains, there are hills, and then there's a valley. So, of course, the valley is real. It is the valley of the shadow of death. Notice it does not say it is the valley of death. We do have one of those in America, or is it? Yes, I think so. A valley of the shadow of death is much different than Death Valley. But can you see the metaphor? And can you see the little story we told about the desert of doubt? And all the poisonous scurry, and all of the great contrast, but most of it just looks dead. And it's you, it's your life that is the contrast, and you go, oh, something's still alive. Old soul, he's probably out there to kill me, but he's alive too. Hello. And then pretty soon you think, oh, maybe he's my brother. Maybe he isn't out to kill me. Maybe these little creatures, they're trying to get along the best they can, and I'm in their way. And all they can do is go, boop, hey, get out of my way, dude. But it hurts, doesn't it? So, the valley of the shadow of death. Okay, so we wish only to titrate the information for comfort. I think it's been made very, very clear. And this one carried a biological thing that would make her break apart internally in a very profound and uncomfortable way if she revealed too much. And she could sense the agreement fields, and she could sense it. So here's the thing, an agreement field. Kryan talked about it. Physics of consciousness, consciousness of physics, blah, blah, blah. Okay, see? How you hold your consciousness creates geometrics. How you hold your reality and your feelings about your reality creates geometrics, true geometrics, and it is from geometrics which physical matter flow. And you're just going to have to take a word for some of this, okay? So, the lower agreement field, the one that is stinky, that she can sense now and knows, oh, there it is again, in my consciousness. Oh my, I thought I was over this. Is, well, it is what Kryan talked about. There is a geometric that is involved with the belief of the fear, the belief of this no worth, the belief that the taking of the will is status quo, and it must be tolerated, and it must be accepted. And it is through this that we find our God, and we find this, we find the holiness and the light. Now, this is coded, of course, for light, isn't it? Of course. Can you imagine how much light and power has to be in such a field? Well, it is stunning. Because, of course, it's made of light, but it is so strong. But it rides like right up next to and entangling this thing. And this thing is imprisoning, it is entombing, it is voluntary hobbling. We've talked about it before, dear ones. She saw it very early in the 12 when she wanted to give her love. Oh, her flower was blooming in her heart, and now she was, oh, can I please give you love today? And people turned from her and they were quite suspicious. And she thought, that's funny. How would anyone turn away from so much love? Because I don't want anything back. I just want to ease their way. And they won't let me. What is this about? And so she saw little cars. She saw the humans in little cars. And she noticed it. Hey, when I was in my youth, oh, the body gets so hot. It's so cute. When I was in my youth, we would crank down the windows and we'd go, hey, rockin' tunes, dude. And then we would rock out together. And there might be a lot of us at the stop signs. Isn't that cute? And we somehow were together. But now look at it. It seems as if everyone needs to be in a little pod. And they're all sealed up. But it feels more like a casket than it does a little vehicle. Funny, no one seems to notice anyone else anymore. I like it because I turn down the windows and I put on the radio and I rock out and I dance a little in my seat, and I know that it throws people off sometimes, but I don't care because I miss them. So I'm saying, hello, hello, here's some Aerosmith. Anybody want to party? But no one does because they're all in their little vehicles. That makes me sad. Well, that's a lower agreement field, dear. Yes. So what happens if you have the beliefs that you are bad? That you are unworthy of love? Well, it comes down to this. You want to know? It's not about being worthy of love. It's not about being lovable. It's not about how good you are in a relationship and how much sharing you can do that doesn't hurt another. That is not what it's about, dear. The lower agreement field is all about the will and the taking of the will, the subversion of the will, and the exchange of the will. See? In the lower agreement field, people think that other people are sovereign and self is not. That is the lower agreement field. The reason it smells is that it is full of this substance that is in the molecules, and it has a tracer and it's stinky. It's not like decomposition. It's a synthetic kind of tang almost, but that's not quite the word. Anyway, the best thing to say is it's a nose vibration, and it is talking about the will. That is the key. Because if you are a true, powerful creator God, then the only way that you can give up your will is to do it voluntarily. And in that field, everyone is handing off their sovereignty to others. And this is the consciousness that is passing away, because it doesn't make any much sense, does it? But see the helpfulness of it. When placed in positions, say, with the government, with the banks, with the grocery lender, with the grocery man, with many people, imagine having no money and finding out that to be a citizen of the earth you must have cash. That's a big one. You must do something which perhaps you do not want to do. If the song in your soul is to sing a song on the guitar and make a beautiful, inspirational song that will move a whole nation, but you must go to the work and to the 7-Eleven and pay, get the money so you can pay for your shelter. But funny how it is that shelter is now so expensive, is it not? Where do people go when they can't afford the shelter? And who is at fault for that? Well, we say no one. But how long do you want to hand someone not only these little pieces of paper, but your will? Yes, for you, I will work through the 3 jobs. It's okay. Sure, I will do that because it is your will. Family, it is your will. Rent man, it is your will. Something in my heart that tells me I must bend down and kneel and work hard and be on the wheel. That, my dear, is the law agreement field. So, the nose is all rosy now. Isn't that pretty? And now the higher agreement field, simply it is the I express my will. How can I express it if I do not know it? And how do I know my will except through my heart, through my emotions, through my innate body, through my body? So it is a different reality. And its odors there are different smells that come along with them. There is the jasmine and the rose, of course. That is the base. That's the sticks. These flowers are all, those essences are coded, and we gave her all of that in a flash as she was driving home. The cheese talked to her and explained the compendium and how everything is connected. And everything is a color, and everything is a song, and everything is everything. It's so pretty. And so there's many, many ways to heal. But we tell you, it is through the acceptance of one's beauty, the acceptance of one's might, and the acceptance of one's right to speak their will and do their will. Now, of course, you can see how confounding it's going to be for a lot of people if they decide to do this thing, because then, oh, wait a minute, I have given my will to you, and to you, and to you, and to that, and to that, and to you. Oh, good God. Well, it has taken this one years. These are the attachments, you see. Oh, and see how everything just goes boop, 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 falls right into place. Funny that there might be a study that is so coherent. What might that be about? Well, we have been telling her for a long time that it is a science. This one word represents great holes of knowledge. Walking inside will make your bones rattle with profundity, with something that is far greater than gratitude. It is a complete and utter recognition of your soul and its magnificence and its age and its coherence. It's as if your soul has written the books and they are in the halls of coherence. These libraries are, of course, unchanged, and they travel from planet to planet. The language is inviolate. The translations are, of course, in different languages, but the base is inviolate. Much like the Hindus have the Sanskrit, and so the ancients can still speak. They are not translated again and again into parlance. This is what has happened with the Bible. But most of the esoterics are hidden in underneath places and not exposed. They very well know about the esoterics. It has not been released because it was important to stay within the lower agreement field until the end of the Kali Yuga, which is, of course, we won't go into that a whole lot, but we talk about that a whole lot. But you see, it's a different time. How much will can you exert if you only have a crown that is at 33%? How much will can you express if you have a throat that's at 33%? How much can you be aware of the 100% if you only have 33% available to discover and push? Not much, but some are so hungry that they go farther and they understand about a few things. So this is the lower and the higher agreement field, and we say that the Crayon is explained it. Okay, so the Crayon said, listen guys, we're going to talk about the two most powerful consciousnesses on the earth. Wait a minute, you hear the doggies? Oh, they're so cute. We had all three kitties up on the bed spinning. We just had to say, oh, the Minky, we love you so much. Oh, maybe you are the Kathy, are you? Oh, hello, Kathy. Oh, we love to pet you. And then all three cats came, boop, 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 and they all laid on her. It's so cute. They're so in love with her. Now she is in love with them, and she wants to be more better with them and better for them. It's lovely how the love makes people want to behave. Where were we? Lower agreement field, upper agreement field, higher, lower. Okay, so the Master Crayon, he say this in it. She already put it up once, and we do it again probably, so you can go and then read it, okay, or listen. It starts at about 10, but we don't remember. Oh my, don't hold us to the detail. Yeah. So here we go. They are both profoundly powerful consciousnesses. Let us be very, very clear. There is nothing weak about the lower agreement field. It is intensely powerful. However, and he said it right out loud, taking of another's will is entirely profound. Well, he said a mouthful. So the lower agreement field is that which he described about fear and whatever it was, fear and something else. But these are shadows. We all know they are shadows, they are devices. But what happens is they imprison, and it's a geometric that is so simple that it really isn't very compatible with the human, because the human is so very complex. But by agreement, it is a capture. It's very simple thoughts too. Oh, so simple and so contagious, and they perpetuate. Oh my, do they ever? Oh boy, do they ever. And you know what they say underneath? All these thoughts are saying, bad things happen if you don't believe this. Bad things happen if you don't believe this. Everything's going to, you will die. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Believe that you are gonna die if you don't stay here. Stay with us. And it captures others and it draws them in. So we can see this occur with the political systems. We can see this occur very, very obviously in some family systems, and this is what we would call the phenomenon of a family system which excludes everything. It's the it's one of those. It's like, you cannot come any closer. She was one of these. So there's a little isolated pod, and they did their thing. But no one really knew what was going on in there. Well, okay, that's what it's supposed to be about. Let's hide some stuff. And let's have some stuff that's worth hiding. Ooh, let's do that. Yes, well, that's the lower agreement field. And it's lots of fun. and it's basically just busting out and realizing that it's nonsense. But there you go. And then there's a higher agreement field, and this is what the client said, and this is how we close. He talked about the flower, dear. He explained that the higher agreement field is multidimensional, and those who hold the highest of the vibrations of love and compassion, well, it's funny what happens. The little, hey, you must stay within this, and if you don't, you will die, and it will be messy, and everyone's going to resent you too, because you made a mess. You can't clean it up yourself. Pretty much like that. Okay, and then, poof, what happens? Ooh, love and compassion. We breathe a little easier, and things become multidimensional, and the synchronicity starts. And it becomes much easier to see the imprisonment. It becomes easier to see the geometric, or to appreciate it in some other way. Maybe this way. Maybe this way. Maybe your stomach gets into the knots, like we said. This is the innate. This is your Merkaba, dear. The innate body is the Merkaba. The innate body is your very DNA field. Okay? So that's it. The DNA field would prefer to breathe and to create flowers. Depth of perception and love. Not, well, isn't it really a metaphor? We would ask to close. And the nose, it smells funny. There's two smells. Is not the lower agreement field a cold and dark earth? And there might be suffering on the earth, and the creatures may cry at night before they're slaughtered, and little children are hurt, and old men are hurt, and young women are hurt, and we all have to decide how that feels for each of us. But we would suggest it's the old earth, and within our seeds that cannot be contained within this cold clot that moves so slow, accepts so little. It's cold and it's winter time, so you pour water on it and it just turns into ice. There's very little nourishment, because you know why? Well, it's not time to bloom, it's time to grow. In the old, there is the lower agreement field. See, lower agreement fields like that. Okay, and then look what happens. Oh, hey, that wasn't dead. There's no such thing as death. So what's going on here? What? Could it be new life? What? Oh my. And you tend it and you tend it. And even when the ground is cold, you tend it. You say, oh, pretty flower, I love you so much. I can feel your green and I feel happy today. The earth is cold and I am cold. The earth is dark and I am dark. The earth is silent. Everyone around me and in my soul is silence. And yet I feel this. Oh, this somehow feels so good. Flower. Okay, you have a little seed inside of you growing in the lower agreement field, wondering when it's time. And that is all. That's why we say, do you really have to work at this? You are made to grow. You are made as a flower. Have we not been saying that from the beginning? We are so crafty. So that's a lower and upper agreement field. Where is the sun, do you think? Higher one. Oh, hello, old soul. My goodness, you're not here to kill me at all. In fact, wait a minute. When I look inside of your eye, or even when I let the beams fall on my face, I feel like I'm being talked to. You are saying things to me. You, I think, might be someone I know, like maybe a brother. This is an odd thought, because look at that earth. It's not even warmed up. Ugh, it's cold and it's icy and sad. It makes me feel dead. But I don't feel dead now. And look at all this grass. I think I like it. Now, how did I get here? Oh yes, I was thinking about my auntie and how much I love her. This is how it begins. Big to little, little to small. We love you.